Good morning, and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. We've made it to Friday, November 6th, the feast day of Saint Leonard. He was an abbot, which is a monk, and also a hermit during the time of the Middle Ages. He is the patron saint of political prisoners and horses. That's really all I got. Today's Gospel is from Luke chapter 16, verses 1 through 8. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Then he also said to his disciples, "A rich man had a steward who was reported to him for squandering his property. He summoned him and said, 'What is this I hear about you? Prepare a full account of your stewardship, because you can no longer be my steward.' The steward said to himself, 'What shall I do now that my master is taking the position of steward away from me? I am not strong enough to dig, and I am ashamed to beg. I know what I shall do. I know what I shall do so that when I am removed from the stewardship, they may welcome me into their homes.' He called to his master's debtors one by one. To the first he said, 'How much do you owe my master?' He replied, 100 measures of olive oil.' He said to him, 'Here is your promissory note. Sit down and quickly write one for 50. Then to another he said, 'And you, how much do we owe?' He replied, 100 cores of wheat.' He said to him, 'Here is your promissory note. Write one for 80. And the master commended that dishonest steward for acting prudently." Okay, so we've got this parable is a little tricky for me. I'm not going to lie. Not that I know the answers to any parable by any means at all, but this one was kind of hard. Even whenever I read the footnotes of trying to use it as a way to teach about prudence and not so much dishonesty, and as far as kind of like stealing from what you actually owe. But I guess it kind of went into um, he owed him 100 measures of olive oil, 100 cores of wheat, which is a unit of measure, and then how he knocked those numbers down, and then it explained how in the parable he was knocking off the labor fees and stuff like that, which shows prudence and whatever else. So I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of struggled with this one. But the definition of prudence, in case you do not know, is the whenever you discern good in circumstances and the means to attain it. So it would be prudent to buy. If I were to go car shopping, it'd be more prudent of me to buy, a Honda Civic as opposed to, like a used Honda Civic as opposed to like a brand new Mustang or something, or Lamborghini, or, just doing your due diligence, but discerning good, and how to attain it within good faith. So that is, so that's kind of what they're talking about today, I guess, maybe. I also did some research on these whole measures of unit, because whenever he talks about 100 measures of olive oil, a lot of us don't really know, myself included, don't know what that means. So I did some research, and a liquid measure, is the same as a bath in the Old Testament, or in Jesus' time, and then in which a bath is 8 to 9 gallons. So if you do that conversion, this is about 800 to 900 gallons of oil, which is insane. That is a lot, especially of olive oil, which is very high quality, used as a lot of in trading and stuff like that back in those days. So, and also as far as let's go on to the next one, as well as 100 cores of wheat. A core is dry measure, and that's 10 to 12 bushels. In which, if you don't know what a bushel is about 35 liters of grain. So you can kind of do the math there, of how much that exactly is. And also, as I'm sitting here thinking, whenever I did my Exodus 90 journey, and I did some research on measures and stuff, it's amazing at how even the Old Testament in the book of Exodus talks about the ratio of the mixture that we use at the Catholic masses for the holy oils, like the oils of baptism, the holy orders, the healing of the sick. All those oils and those fine oils. It breaks down the mixture step by step in the Old Testament, which just shows that connection to Scripture, which is amazing, I think. So anyway, let's get a goal out of this. How much, you kind of see I kind of struggled through the gospel this morning in the reflection, and that's okay. But the challenge is how much. It's always good to put forth effort, even if you don't know for sure if you're going to get to a definitive answer, So, because there's value in that process, even though you might not reach the end goal of having certainty. So anyway, the challenge is how much effort do you put into the nourishment of your soul, as well as the knowledge of your faith, so that you can grow in holiness and know who you are a little bit better than what we already do, because we can always strive to know each other more and more. And that's really all I got. Have a great weekend, guys. God bless. Keep it real. In the Father, Son, and Spirit, amen.